So it's time for another Marvel holiday fanfiction idea. I did one way back with the Punisher in November, talking about like how November is just Christmas Part 1, just like how August and September are just preludes to Halloween. Anyway, so this one is called, as you can see, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Thor, the Yule Cat. So let's get started. Anyway, so the story begins in, where else, a bar in New York, and Logan's just chilling, just kind of enjoying like some Christmas time to himself. He's just like, I'll go back and hang out with the rest of the X-Men on Krakoa in a bit. Like I need some downtime. I've been around enough people. My inner introvert is talking, so I need to stay out. I need to stay away and get something to drink. A couple drinks. So many I black out drunk. But as Wolverine's taking a few drinks, Spider-Man comes crashing through the window and hits the back of the bar, and all the booze just gets spilled all over him. And Logan is like, "Wait a minute, that's Spider-Man," and like he's like, "Hi, Logan. Did you see the thing? Did you get the number on that truck?" And he's like, "Pete, what happened to you?" He's like, "Oh, that." So Wolverine turns around and sees this giant cat come barreling at him. So Wolverine like pops his claws, fights it, but the cat just like bats him away. And he's, even as Wolverine's like trying to get his claws in, he's like, "Damn, this cat's fur is like trying to cut adamantium. It's like I can't slice through it. Like I can't get through this thing's fur." And the cat's claws just the cat just baps him away, and Wolverine's just like, "Where, Spider-Man, I don't know how you get into these adventures. It's a funny story. I think I'm dealing with a concussion, by the way." And he's like, "Any ideas what's going on?" And Spider-Man's like, "Well, funny you mention that, because this one's kind of a doozy. See, a friend of mine, a mutual friend of ours, I should say, Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, broke into the museum and stole something from a Nordic exhibition, and in there was a beautiful statue of a cat. Well, I caught her and tried to convince her, no, I thought you were done stealing, and she dropped it because I spooked her, and it broke, and this thing came out. So now I've been chasing this thing for several blocks. So it'd be real nice if you help me, Logan." So Wolverine and Spider-Man fight it for a bit. They basically fight the Yule, the big cat, and this thing is just acting like a cat, where like backs up and hiss. Even like Wolverine realizes it's just an animal, so he like sheathes his claws and like tries to because Wolverine has this thing where he can connect with animals. So Logan just seathes his claws, like, "Whoa there, buddy. Easy. No one's gonna hurt you. You're just a big scaredy cat, ain't you?" And the cat, he's going to pet it, and then the cat just nope, and then tries to swallow Wolverine, and he's like, "All right, I'm not gonna be cat food," and he pops his claws to make the cat yak him up, and he's just covered in a fur ball, and he looks at Peter and goes, "Say one word, kid. One damn word." And he's like, No, I wouldn't say anything. Takes picture. He's like, when Logan's not looking, he takes a quick picture. He sends it to. He's like, "Guys, you gotta have a." He's like, as throughout that would be the running gag of the story, is that Spider-Man texts all of the other a lot of the other superheroes and shows Logan covered in this hairball. So as Spider-Man and Wolverine, the cat then bolts after yakking up Wolverine. So Logan and Peter go out, chase after him. And they're like, "What the hell is this bus-sized cat doing was doing in some Nordic thing? And then what was it doing here in New York?" And that's when, as they're chasing it, a bolt of lightning comes down, and it's Thor. And they're like, "Well, that might have something to do with it." So Thor is like, "Cat, I thought I got rid of you ages ago." And they're like, "Wait, what? Friend Spider-Man, friend Wolverine, come, I know of this enemy well. 'Tis the Yule Cat." And Peter's like, "The Yule Cat? Aye." And Thor explains the Yule Cat in mythology is this huge cat that comes during the season of Yule, Christmas. And basically, it checks if you're wearing clothes that you got for Christmas, and if you didn't, it eats you. It eats children, and it gives gifts to others. He's like, oh, cool! So all we have to make sure is that it runs into kids who are wearing clothes from Christmas. And Logan goes, Spider-Man, Peter, do you even know any kid that wears the clothes they got for Christmas? Especially this time of day. I mean, this time of year, or in this era in general. He's like, right, we should go stop that. So the Yule Cat is like, it's going in a trajectory. And that trajectory is towards the nearest group of children, an orphanage, which are taking clothes from donations, and none of them are going to wear them. So the cat, driven by its own nature, goes to eat the children. But Thor, Wolverine, and Spider-Man are like on their way to stop it. So they're like, so how did you stop it before, Thor? He's like, in my younger years, I tracked the beast for 12 days, and I trapped it in a sacred bottle forged by my father, to keep it from rampaging and killing and eating children. And he's like, maybe we could find that bottle again. He's like, yeah, about that, it broke. Pete's just like, it broke. Blast. We'll have to take it back to Asgard then. Only that in Asgard can the people of Midgard be safe. And Logan's like, yeah, great idea and all, but how are we supposed to stop it? So the three of them arrive at this orphanage just as the Yule Cat arrives, and it's like trying to grab at children. Spider-Man like webs its mouth, webs it and tries to like ride it like a bull. Thor like calls down lightning, and Wolverine's just like slashing at it. So the three of them aren't really doing much against the Yule Cat. The three of them are like fighting it, and they're trying to keep the kids safe. But it isn't until like the cat sees one girl like put on the clothes she got, and like is like, look at my new clothes, aren't they amazing? And the cat like goes over and like smells her, and then just licks her face, and then proceeds to yak up a present for her. And they're like, that's so adorable, but so gross. And that's when the cat becomes like tame and whatnot. And by the end of it, they're like, that's all we needed to do is make sure one of the kids were wearing clothes. Why didn't you think of this before, Thor? He's like, in my defense, I was an idiot in my younger years. So at the end of the story, Thor lures the cat to take back to Asgard, where they can probably move it in like somewhere in the distant wilds of Asgard, where it won't be much of a danger to others. Meanwhile, Wolverine and Spider-Man are just kind of left sitting there, and Wolverine's like, well, night can't get any any worse, and Spider-Man's like, don't be so sure. And he's already getting memed to he shows the picture of him with the hair covered in the hairball, and all the other superheroes like joshing on Wolverine, and he's like, just pops his claws, run. Yep, already going. So there you go, guys. Just a quick, fun story I just thought of for the Christmas season. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.